Hello everyone, Turner Burner here with another video for you guys. This is going to be, I think this will be the last discussion video of the operation. I don't think I have another one planned within the next week or so. There's a few things I want to go over, and we're just going to get right into it. So, in my personal life, I am going through a transition phase where I'm going to be moving. And what will happen is I'm not sure exactly when we're going to move, sell the house, and different things of that nature, but over the next month, my gaming uploads might be a little bit different. And what I mean is, since I like to prepare in advance, since I know something's coming, I'll have things scheduled far in advance. So you may see at the bottom of certain videos when I created it, and it may be like a week before it's uploaded. So just to keep that in mind, most people probably won't even care about that, but for the few of you that notice it, it's because I'm trying to schedule things in advance for the time I am transitioning to a new home. You may notice that over the course of the next couple weeks or so. So it's just part of me just keeping track of things that are happening and things of that nature. So I'm very organized and very detailed. So that's something that I'm going to do. And I also mention this because I'm not sure the changes that are going to happen going in from Operation 5 to Operation 6. So hypothetically speaking, if it's a solo run, it may not be something that happened in Operation 5, may not be doable in Operation 6. So that way you'll have context of like when this solo run occurred. If like a character has more bleed, less bleed, whatever, you'll know relative to the date. So just keep that in mind. So with this transition, I'm not sure how much it'll be a pretty weird March for me. So I'm not sure how much actual gaming I'll be doing. But I will have stuff for you guys to learn from every single day that I'm potentially not on. So you may see tutorials, solo runs, custom matches, all prepared in advance for the time. It could be as a week to as long as 3 weeks is what I'll probably be preparing for here shortly. That I won't be like literally online because of how busy I am in my real life. I'm not sure the exact dates or whatnot and it honestly won't matter because you guys will be covered as far as escape or whatever type of information that's coming up. So just in the interest of full disclosure, if you start seeing like when solo runs happen or why they happen on a certain time, that way you know in advance. So I guess I'm pretty big on full disclosure. That's just kind of my thing. Recently, the next topic I want to get into, recently I got a Twitch affiliate, which I was surprised by. So it wasn't even something I was really going for because I've had so many visual glitches, audio glitches, and I still have some audio glitches with Twitch. So I didn't put that much investment into it as far as my time. I even got a capture card because of all the glitches that would occur and that would like hinder my gaming. I've had solo runs that I had to make into tutorials because the sound was completely gone. So I had to make a voiceover on my computer because the sound was completely gone. So it's just one of those things where Twitch can't necessarily be counted on, but lately it has been decent, and I have been getting a lot more viewers, which allowed me to hit Twitch affiliate, which I do appreciate. So the next step, as far as that progress for Twitch is hitting partner, which is going to be a lot harder than hitting Twitch affiliate. And there's different criteria I'm not going to bore you with, but that's going to be the next goal as far as that's concerned. If you guys have not subscribed or don't watch or haven't watched Twitch or don't have a Twitch account or whatnot, create one. Give me a sub. You may like the content. You can also ask me live questions if you have a question about really anything. Because if I'm on Twitch, that means I'm not. It's what I'm doing isn't like it doesn't take up that much of my mental focus to where I can't respond. And the only reason I don't respond is if my phone died, which is not uncommon. So, but that'd be the exception. But long story short, Twitch allows you to interact with me. At minimum, you should be able to hear my dialogue or my reactions to gameplay and whatnot. I recently had a Twitch stream where I was just playing with randoms just to see if I was able to handle it, basically mentally, because sometimes it's really good and sometimes it's awful. But it's always character building. But long story short, there's different things that'll be on Twitch. I don't necessarily have a exact schedule that I will be streaming. I don't have that down. It's just kind of whenever I'm on. So like you'll sometimes notice me on a certain time, sometimes it'll be at a different time. Maybe down the road I'll get an exact schedule, kind of like a television TV show or whatever, where it's like the same time every day or every week or whatever. But I'm not there yet, so just I'm on when I'm on, and I'm not on when I'm not on. So yeah, if you haven't already, follow me on Twitch and check out my streams. The custom matches are always going to be on Twitch. I never use capture card for those, so you can get to see live reactions, fails, successes, whatever. Sometimes with the YouTube, I only upload, with a few exceptions, I only upload the finished product. So it looks like that whatever I did was easy, but sometimes it's a grind to get there. So as an example, my Lonnie solo on the Gatekeepers, I don't know what it looks like from your perspective as someone that just saw only the 20 minutes, but it took like 10 hours to get to that 20 minutes, just to give you some context. Where there's restarts because of frame rate issues or getting, many different reasons why certain solos go that long, but mainly the Gatekeepers are because of frame rate issues. I have to restart and, leave the lobby, come back after a few fails. So, but long story short, certain solos you'll be able to see that progression, and sometimes I try solos that are just absurd, that's never been done, and don't make a lot of sense. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't, but that's the fun of Twitch. You get to see that progression of like, can he do it or can't he do it? And that's why I enjoy Twitch. So, and you also can communicate with me, ask me questions. It doesn't have to be about the stream. It can be about whatever, or it can be advice on whatever. If you notice I'm doing something that like that you think is superior than what I'm doing. As an example, someone told me how to cool down the turret a long time ago in one of my Onslaught solo runs, because I didn't know, because I didn't do Horde, PVE, and actually I didn't do PVE in any game. So, which means I didn't do PVE in Gears 4. So I think in Gears 4 they had turrets. I don't know if you had to buy them or if they were just in the map, but the turrets, you knew if you used them how to cool down weapons. And then that person went on to tell me, oh yeah, you can cool down the tri-shot, the mulcher, the cryo. So just because I have a YouTube channel doesn't mean I know everything. And that is, and if you do believe that, that's not correct. So and I guarantee you there's at least one thing that you know that I don't know. So feel free to share information you do know with me, because I'm always down for improving my game. So that's Twitch affiliate. Thoughts on Operation 5 overall? Outside of the obvious the obvious is no new escape hives have been made, and I'll just go to the escape hive section real quick. So the obvious is no new hives have been made, but, by the same token, there's a bunch of hives. There's 32, official hives. I mean, there's really only 31 because the hive past hive and the hive are the same map, at least spawn-wise or cosmetically. So anyway, the hive past hive and the hive are written down as separate hives. So we'll just say there's 32 hives for the sake of argument. And there's a ton of hives that probably some of you or most of you, I don't know the exact crowd specifically, but I'll just say some of you haven't even mastered all of these hives. So, and I will say most of you don't think any of these hives are, or all of them are easy. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that there's still plenty of hives you can go back and play. One thing I was really excited by, and I'll still remember this, the very first, I don't know if it was weekly or daily hive, I think it was the weekly, was Ice Queen. And my time for this was horrible. And my time is okay now. It's second. And that's just my competitive side. If it's not first, it's just okay. But if I'm being objective, my very first time on this map was like 115, and that was like my very first score run. And I don't even know if you can get top 100. No, you can't. So you can't even get top 100 with my very first Ice Queen time. And before the operation started, 115 was like eighth. So when I was able to come back, and since I knew about score runs and things of that nature, I was very pleased. We went back and forth with this team, and then we ultimately stopped 2 months ago. We didn't one up them or anything, obviously, because we're still second. But we were able to get first and back to second, first back to second. But it was fun having that battle and pushing the envelope of how good you can do on this map. Also, what I want to say is that all the highs being available for time was nice too, because there's maps like the Line, the Warren, where I had a horrible time. And granted, a lot of you don't care about time runs, but even though it's probably one of the more objective ways to grade yourself of how you dominate a map, but outside of solo runs, time runs would be the second best option as far as like how good are you at a particular hive. Even though it is a team sport, so you have to find two other players that are really good to get like the maximum time. But long story short, I would say even though there weren't any new hives, I still enjoyed myself. I still did solo runs. You guys still watched my videos. The custom hives picked up a little bit. And they'll continue as long as people keep making hives that are creative and playable. As long as the hives aren't super laggy, I will continue to play them and upload them and always stream them. So, and it's pretty much it. All the times being available. Sorry, all the hives being available for time. One thing I'm really proud of as of recently, which you've probably seen from my videos, is the end. And it's not necessarily this most recent time, but the fact that, and I'm not trying to start anything, but this 144 time by this particular group, that was the number one time for I want to say 7 months. And because I'm a numbers guy and I pay attention to details, I know stuff like that. A lot of you may have no clue. And then we had our time for 148, which wasn't even a great, compared to our, current time, 148, we had that time for 2 months. So we were able to improve ourselves while also pushing the envelope on what can be achievable on this map. Unfortunately, only 2 teams care to beat the former number 1 team, but maybe this is just the nature of the map. Maybe it's just hard for some people. I don't know. I upload all my strategies, so if you copy them, you could probably get a time close to us, I would say. If you found 3 people that care to do it, obviously that's a part of it, because obviously there's no rewards for coins and whatnot. So I guess the upside I would say is the fact that if you have if you were motivated or a competitive person by nature, all the highs being available for time was a good thing. Because you didn't need some skins that don't. Well, I don't care about skins or anything like that. You may get motivated by that, but you don't need skins to motivate you. You don't need coins. You don't need anything like that. It's just the fact that someone beat you at anything. It could be basket weaving. Motivates you to push yourself on a particular hive. I know there's certain buddies of mine that have, well, really one that had a channel where he pushed me to be a better Lonnie. Not by anything he said to me or anything like that, but just he just sets the standard of what a Lonnie should be, because he's the only person to do Lonnie on the split, and he was the first person to do Lonnie on the gatekeepers, and I just did that recently. So these are maps that no one's even considered probably doing but him. So for that, I respect him. And he did Lonnie on the Surge first, and then Lonnie on the Line first. So these are maps that like I've done except for the split, but I did after him. So he set the blueprint of how it should be done, and it's like 10 times easier to do a solo after someone has already done it than that first person took to do it. So that's just the reality of solo runs. So, and obviously, if that person, the second person, didn't see the video, but I saw the video. So I'm kind of going on a tangent here, but I enjoyed this operation for the most part. Obviously, if there are rewards, and this is a double-edged sword because if there's rewards for getting number one in a particular hive, that's when all the people will start finding different glitches and cheats, and that's going to not make it that fun for me because people are doing that without rewards, so it would be like way heavy when the rewards are coming in. So the time runs not was good for me, but ultimately I felt it was a good operation. I'm kind of getting off on a tangent, but getting number one or top 5, top 10 it felt good, overall. Okay, change subject. Something I did notice also is that I play Escape a lot. What are your top 5? What are your top 5 play classes, and what are the days associated with those play classes? As you can see right here, 72 days of Escape, 14 days with Blade Master Lonnie's class, and then you can see as they go down, to ones that don't even have a day, like the promotionals or whatever. So yeah, what is your top played class and what, or top 5? I want to know top 5. What are your top 5 played classes and what are the days associated with those classes? I'm curious about that. Horde, it was tied at one point, 33 days, but now Escape has just completely taken over. But, so yeah, and then like getting coins or XP for hives, and I don't always take advantage of this, getting XP for Horde. I think overall it kind of puts you in a position to where you got a daily challenge and something that's a daily motivator to improve a class or skill cards, and I think that's overall good. But yeah, I would say not having to escape hives overall is a bad thing in the long run, but because it means they're kind of not putting that energy into escape. But I would say just for myself, I enjoyed this operation, and I thought it was fun. Let's see. I think I have one more thing I want to touch on. Operation 6. I don't really do a whole lot of like researching gear stuff. Well, to be totally honest, I kind of been spoiled because of having a channel. Most people message me that are far more into, reading gear stuff or what employees are leaving and stuff like that. That just doesn't, I don't mean to be, come off a certain way, but it just doesn't interest me. But it does excite me when you talk to me about it with excitement. It's one of those things where it's like, it's exciting on that level, but like organically in myself, it just doesn't motivate me to get online or get on my laptop to do that research. But does anyone know anything interesting about Operation 6 that they'd like to share with me? Because, I think that'd be cool. I don't know anything if they're like bringing back Escape, cross your fingers. That's probably not going to happen, or I probably would have already known about it. Or if they're doing anything with Horde, I would like Boss Rush to always be a thing, but it is what it is. I actually don't know why they got rid of Boss Rush. It could fit. There's 4 little rectangles here. When Boss Rush is here, it could be always here. That'd be nice, but it's whatever. So all in all, I would say I enjoyed Operation 5. Hopefully Operation 6 is good. I haven't done anything with Versus since my last discussion video. I just kind of got distracted. I am happy with getting Diamond with Free For All, Onyx with King of the Hill. I might just sit on those unless someone wants to play Versus with me, and just to get the rewards associated with them at the end of the operation. Don't want to jump down to Onyx and free for all if I don't need to. But ultimately, I maybe I'm just in a better mood today. But yeah, I don't really have any legitimate complaints. There are certain things I wish weren't in the game that are still in the game. Like broken flashes or teleporting enemies. But I will, because they're still in the game. I'm just going to have to assume that every game has glitches they possibly can't get rid of, I guess. But anywho, that's pretty much it for me. So all in all, in a recap, I'd say, let me just look at my notes. So, small changes. I'll be moving, and every 7 p.m. will be a scheduled video. I'm just kind of scheduling them as they come. So, Twitch will be the only thing that you'll notice that will be live. That what you're watching will be happening right then on that day. So if you like watching live videos or you like kind of seeing the process it takes to get to a successful score run or solo run, check me out on Twitch. Help me out. Help me get partner this year. That actually would be a really good goal if I could get partner this year. That'd be really awesome, actually. So 7 p.m. uploads, Twitch affiliate. So thoughts on Operation 5. Liked Operation 5, no real complaints. Like the fact that I could improve my times on maps that were before I even played. Get number 1, get top 5, top 10. The only maps I haven't really score runned that I really still want to score run, I just have to find people who are interested, are the gatekeepers, and that's mainly because of the spawn issues, because you have to get certain spawns and it can be tedious. And the onslaught, I want to revisit. I want to be one of the only teams to get over 4 hours without cheating. But those two maps are on my radar. I don't know if I'll be able to get to them or not, so I hope so. We'll see. And the gatekeepers, I've seen number 1, and they do things in that video where I don't do, just for moral reasons. But number 2, I could definitely beat number 2. I can visualize that. So anyway, we'll see. We'll see how everything goes, and I'm excited for Operation 6, and excited for you guys to also enjoy, this next phase of the channel. So maybe a little weird. I'm still hoping to communicate with you guys, because if you comment on a YouTube channel, I still should be able to comment back, or because my phone will always be on, but I'm not sure what my internet situation is going to be this weird transition into March. So this discussion video was a little bit, more spontaneous, as if you're just, talking to me, less scripted, like, actually none of them are really that scripted, but anyway, so let me know what you guys think of, the operation, the channel, if you have any advice on Twitch or what have you. So that's pretty much it without making this too long. As always, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And don't forget, let me know. Let me get to that part. Let me know your top 5 played classes. Actually, let me know how long you played Escape and your top 5 played classes. And as always, guys, thanks for listening, because this was a rant, and it kind of went all over the place. So thanks for listening, guys. You guys have a good one. Peace.